Welcome everybody, and in this video what I want to briefly talk about is how we can look at a domain name to validate, whether we should exercise more caution when it comes to job postings. Right? There's been a lot of job postings on job boards and wherever, anywhere you can post a job. And especially they really like to target remote workers because it's easier to get away with that type of a scam. And they're targeting your personal information. They're targeting your bank accounts. They're targeting, possibly uh, birth certificates, social security numbers, photo IDs, plus all, just the regular information you submit on an application. And they might even have you try to pay money for equipment or shipping equipment to you and whatnot. So obviously there's a lot more to scams, but those are just some general principles of to be careful of why would somebody want to do this? Why would they want to put a fake job out there with an application? Why would they want to fake interview you? Because that happens. Why would they want to give you a fake job offer? Well, these are all reasons why. The more phases you go through in the job process, the more information you give away and the more emotionally invested you become, so you're willing to do more things, and you're building trust too along the way. So there's many reasons why we can't get into all of them in this short video, but I wanted to run through how to validate a domain. I haven't really seen that in any of the tips, so I just want to show you guys it's not as complicated as it sounds, and it might be a way for you to say, yes, maybe I should be more weary of this particular email that is being sent to me about a job, or looking at job postings themselves. So I pulled up this one here. There's nothing special about this. I just Googled a remote job and this came up. And so we're just going to walk through the process real quick. So step one, what we want to do is we want to just go to Google and look up this company's website. So we're going to click on here. Now what you can do, and what I like to do, is actually we can put that in there and we can just Google the whole position. Some companies will post it on their website and through job boards. Other companies may only post through job boards, and others still may only post it on their website. So it just depends, right? But we're just looking to get information. So we have the name of the company, and then we just have the title of the position that's being offered. And what we're trying to see is, does this company offer this position through their website? We're not going to validate whether this company is legitimate, not legitimate as a whole, or it's been compromised. We're just looking to see if they're the ones posting this position. So we always want to skip ads. Anything that's an ad, go over that. And in this instance, it looks like their results are turning up right here towards the top of the search. So we got lucky. That's not always the case. You may sometimes have to go a page or two, or whatever, 10. So let's open this up. And we're going to make sure it's the same company. So we have Move Forward Virtual Assistants LLC. And that is what we're seeing here. We can see they work with mental health services. And so, yeah, so this is most likely the appropriate website. And a couple things we want to do. First, we just want to see if they have careers or employment. I see employment here. We'll see if they've posted any jobs. I don't think they've posted any specific jobs. Now, they might only deal with since they are just virtual assistants, they might just, that's all they're doing. And they're just assigning you to customers or clients or whatever. So what we do see though is that they do offer a way to apply on Indeed, which is where we were, Indeed, and you can just download the application from their website. Additionally, at the bottom, we have a contact phone number. So if there was any question about up here, this job posting, we can call this phone number and validate that if that's them or not. And then, and this is the least favorable, but you could do it. You could also just send an email to one of their two contact email addresses that are listed here. So, if that job was listed somewhere on this site, that would still be a good indication. Okay, this company offers the job, right? It is a potential offer. Doesn't mean that the posting itself is completely legitimate, but there's a lot higher of assurance. Like all those pieces of information kind of say, well, they do post on Indeed. They are offering this type of work. If I had any reservations whatsoever, I could call that phone number on the website and, kind of get some extra reassurance. Don't use contact information that's in the post itself. Like if there's any phone numbers or emails in here, don't rely on that. Because if this is a scammer, they're going to put in the contact information that they want to use. So, and same thing if you receive an email, solicited or unsolicited, if they send you an email and they're trying to, tell you that they want you to do a job or that you filled out an application that you don't maybe remember filling out, this process can kind of help with those emails as well because there's still a domain in the email. And we're going to look it up right now. So now that we have this, we know this is their domain. And come over here. We're going to copy this. Now we only want, right, the one period. We have .com. This could be anything. .gov, .org. And then the first set. We don't care about the www. In this instance. So just the first word, second. We're going to go to the Whois website, and this is a registry of people that purchase domains like that to have their websites. I'm going to paste it in the very top here, not down here. This is where you search to buy new ones. And what we're looking for is this right here, registered on. Sometimes these are referred to as created on as well, depending on what service you use to look this up. But registered on, this tells us the date, essentially that the domain name was purchased. So this was September 5th of 2018. So that gives us a little bit of assurance that the domain has been around for a little bit of time. If it was a scammer who just stood up a site quickly, trying to get people to go there and apply, this would be much more recent. This would usually be like, in the last couple of days or maybe the last week or the last month. If it was really new, like say it was just recent, it doesn't automatically mean it's bad, but you should use extreme caution when investigating that company in that job posting. Unless it's somebody you really are familiar with. And if you are familiar with them, they're probably not going to be just born yesterday. So same with email domains, especially email domains. If you have a date that's too recent here, and let me give you an example. I looked up some just recently created domains. Now again, there's nothing wrong with these. I don't know anything about these domains. We'll just leave it at that. I just know that they're new. And I want to give you what it looks like with a new domain. So whois.com. I'm just going to populate this in here. And like I said, I just pulled this off a random list. And what we can see is that this was registered on April 29th, 2022. So, just several days, within the last week. If you saw job postings for this, or if you received an email in your inbox that said HR at AEHealth or AEHealHealth.com or, Patty or Tim or whoever at anything like that soliciting a job from you, I would be extremely cautious about that because, it's not very often, I would say, that you would think that a company that just stood up a website, just stood up an email service, um, is going to be actively soliciting, employment. They might say, "Oh, I saw your profile on LinkedIn and yada yada yada." That may be true. Do your homework, do your due diligence. But this is a good indicator. Now, if this was something like super old, like say this was 1995 that this was originally registered on, well, they've been around for a long time. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a-okay and like haven't done anything wrong, haven't been compromised, but it means that they weren't stood up yesterday as part of a scam campaign, right? And that's what we're really trying to identify. Just easy to detect red flags, not full on investigation. Let's dig into the company and everything about it. We're just looking for red flags. We should be able to do this, in a minute or a couple minutes at best for jobs that you're really interested in, but you're not sure they're legitimate, especially remote work ones, because that's where our, we don't want you giving up your personal information by these people that are posting these fake job sites. And it's just, there's no guaranteed way to avoid them, but there's some things, and this is one of them. This is one of those things where, yeah, that'd be on my list of, I don't know. I think I might skip that one, or I would definitely put it on my list of last, and I would do a lot of homework on it to validate that was legitimate. So I hope you found this video helpful. It dragged on a little longer than I wanted it to, but I wanted to kind of go through this. Just to recap, you find the job, take the company name, take the title name, post them into a Google search just as so. You're looking to see, sometimes they'll just show up here with the job listing for the website. Otherwise, they'll just have the website itself. You can then use that website domain name here to do a Whois lookup. Just whois.com. It's free. There's no fee. There's nothing like that. You just plop the domain in here, hit Whois, and look for the registered on. If this is too recent, and Lisa, if it's not reasonably seasoned, right? We'll say last week. If it's within the last week or the last month, you'd be very careful with those. Even the last couple months, I'd be very careful. But the newer they are, the more careful you want to be. And that's it. And always, if you're really unsure, always try to use publicly posted contact information. Don't use what's in the email. Don't use what's in the job ad itself. So I hope that's helpful. Again, sorry it ran over a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but if you like this type of content, please leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, leave any feedback. We appreciate it. Have a good one.